It's 3 in the morning. Your eyes suddenly snap open. Your mind reaches a strange kind of clarity, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't fall back asleep. Or it's around 4 in the afternoon, and a heaviness settles over you like someone unplugged you from the wall, your hands reaching for something sweet before you even realize it. Headaches, unexplained fatigue, small changes you notice in the mirror in the morning. If you're nodding along right now, I want to tell you something. This is not a coincidence. It's not bad luck either. Your body is talking to you. Most of us blame it on stress, on age, or just tell ourselves we're having one of those days. But here's the truth. The human body never does anything at random. From your liver to your kidneys, from your skin to your tongue, every organ sends you signals when something's off. Faint at first, then gradually louder. So the problem isn't that these signals exist. The problem is that we were never taught how to read them. Today, we're going to decode the 6 signals your body sends you most often, from what time you wake up to the shape of your fingernails. And I've deliberately saved one for the very end, a signal most people never notice in their entire lives, but one you can check every morning with a single glance in the mirror. Stay until the end, because this is probably something even your doctor has never mentioned to you. A quick note: none of this is a diagnosis. Our goal isn't to scare you, it's to get your attention. If one of these sounds very familiar, take it as a good reason to check in with a professional. Signal 1: waking up suddenly between 1 and 3 in the morning. Your body runs on a silent 24-hour schedule it never tells anyone about. It's exactly during these hours that your liver works through the day's fatigue, clearing out the processed food you ate, the medications you took, the toxins you were exposed to. If you wore your liver out that day with something heavy, sugary, or processed, this cleanup job gets harder. A mild inflammation builds up in the body, and the stress hormone cortisol suddenly spikes. When cortisol rises, your brain pulls you straight out of sleep. Here's what's interesting. If this happens at the same time every single night, we can't call it a coincidence. It means your body is sending you a regular message. Signal 2: if you wake up between 3 and 5, there are 2 suspects: your lungs and the emotions you've been suppressing. During these hours, your lungs clear themselves out and regulate your oxygen balance. A stuffy room or a mild sensitivity you haven't noticed can wake you up. But the more interesting possibility is the second one. Waking up between 3 and 5 is known as one of the classic signs of suppressed anxiety. The stress you brushed aside during the day never gets processed while you sleep, and it wakes you up with a mild sense of panic. So sometimes it's not the air in your room. It's that thing you told yourself you'd think about later. Signal 3: that heavy afternoon fatigue, usually around 3 or 4 o'clock, and the sudden craving for something sweet. This isn't just everyday tiredness. The high-carb or sugary food you had at lunch sends your blood sugar sharply upward, and your body releases a large amount of insulin to bring it back down. When insulin pulls that sugar into your cells quickly, your blood sugar suddenly crashes, and your brain immediately starts searching for a fast source of energy. That's exactly where the urge to reach for chocolate comes from. Adding a bit of protein or fiber to your lunch can soften this crash significantly. But if this cycle repeats for weeks or months, your pancreas gets worn out, and over time, it lays the groundwork for insulin resistance. Signal 4 is hidden in your skin and your fingernails. If you've noticed small yellowish fatty deposits along the edges of your eyelids, this is usually considered an early sign of elevated cholesterol. If you have fine vertical ridges on your nails, or they've become unusually brittle, this is often not calcium deficiency like most people assume. It points to a nutrient absorption issue in your gut and a B12 deficiency. And if a deep horizontal groove has appeared on your nails, you can think of it as a small record of your body recently going through a severe infection or an intense stretch of stress and pouring all its energy into defense. The simplest thing you can do when you notice these changes is ask your doctor to check your B12 and cholesterol levels at your next checkup. One small question can make a big difference. Signal 5. The bags under your eyes in the mirror each morning and the sock marks that show up on your ankles by evening. Both of these are actually telling the same story. Your kidneys are struggling to balance sodium and water, so your body starts holding on to excess fluid and storing it in your tissues. This is a moment when both your kidneys and your circulation are waving at you at the same time. Raising your feet above heart level for a few minutes in the evening or cutting back a little on salt might surprise you with how quickly the swelling goes down. If you're constantly noticing a metallic taste in your mouth, that can be a trace left behind by a fatigued liver or a buildup of heavy metals in your body. This might be the cheapest health test there is, one that even doctors sometimes overlook in the exam room, but one you can check every morning with a single glance. Now, here's the real hidden tip. Most of us just drink water when we feel tired or worn out, but water alone isn't enough. For your cells to actually use that water, they need minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Adding a small pinch of quality rock salt to the water you drink throughout the day can make a much bigger difference than you'd expect. Remember, these small aches, this mild insomnia, those tiny changes in your skin, they're not enemies. They're loyal friends trying to protect you from something bigger. The sooner you learn to listen, the longer and more balanced a life you'll lead. So, which of these 6 signals felt the most familiar to you? Write down what time you wake up in the comments and let's learn from each other. Wishing you healthy, balanced days. I'll see you next time.